The carbon tax is not contributing to inflation, and in 2 minutes I'll prove why. Food and fuel. These are the two sectors conservatives continually point to when making this claim. Food costs are rising, but it's happening globally, and several factors play a role in this, such as the war in Ukraine and climate events. When Ukraine, who was previously supplying 10% of the world's wheat, suddenly runs into production problems, as would be expected, this sends a ripple effect through the global market for wheat, and the impact is much greater than 10%. Likewise, when droughts occur in regions where potatoes were typically grown, this leads to increased global prices of potatoes. Climate events are on the rise, and places which were once able to produce certain crops are seeing major challenges. And all of this before you even start to look at the oligopoly that has been forming within Canada over the last decade as small retailers are swallowed up by massive grocery chains. In fact, Loblaws, as of 2021, held 28% of the grocery retail industry in Canada and has only been growing since. Conservatives should be more worried about greedy grocery chains when complaining about high grocery costs instead of the carbon tax. In fact, over the last few years, the United States has continually experienced higher grocery inflation than Canada, and they don't even have a carbon tax. How is it possible that the United States has higher grocery inflation, yet aren't even subject to the tax Pierre Poilievre blames it on? When it comes to fuel, last year the carbon tax added on average 2 cents per liter. On the other hand, the wholesale margin, or profits made by the wholesalers, rose 18 cents per liter. In fact, GST, other taxes including the carbon tax, and retail profits remained consistent over that 1 year period. Where is conservative outrage over the massive record-setting profits seen by big oil companies? Those profits were 9 times the impact of the carbon tax. So now you gotta ask yourself why. Why would Pierre Poilievre and conservative MPs continually push this narrative about putting a price on pollution that economists throughout the world resoundingly agree is effective? Because they take you for a fool. They know that we are all looking for someone to blame, and the government is an easy and convenient target. They are just exploiting our fears and anxieties in hopes of political gain. That's not leadership, but sadly, that's what Pierre Poilievre is all about.